Hello friends, welcome back. We're checking on the worms today. And it hasn't been quite as long as the last intermission between feeding, and I am super stoked because I really think that these little buddies are gonna just blow us away and have crushed their food. So much so where I felt confident enough to bring a little thing of bananas that honestly, I don't know how long they've been in the freezer for, but they were in the very back of the freezer, and I think our worms are going to need them. Now, ooh, look, Fred Astaire is here. Woohoo! That's exciting. Sandra, one of the very talented composting queens of YouTube, who has a ton of fantastic, more educational videos that aren't as quite as slapdash as mine. She had made the comment that we should name our little monument Fred Astaire, and that's what his name is going to be. I couldn't come up with anything that's going to be even as cool as that. So, Sandra, thank you. Fred is our monument. If you guys don't know, he's our little worm that we got over the holidays. I don't know if you guys can tell. I need to figure out how to zoom in, but right off the bat, I can see a lot of like little squiggling away over here and over here, which is good. It means that the worms are in here. Yep, there they are. They're doing their things. And we did not, oh yeah, there's a few over here. And we did not cover this a lot last time, just because, you know, it's good to test things out, push our limits a little bit. Oh yeah, we got some worms over here. Looks like something we put in here had a blue dye that's leaking, which is an unfortunate oopsie doopsie, but what are you gonna do about it? They're clearly, oh wow. Oh my goodness, there's a banana over here that has got quite the worm ball. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right here. Okay, well I don't want to disrupt them too much. Sorry, Fred. Because that's how, that's great. I mean, they're rocking and rolling in there. That's what we want. I feel like I've been saying this for a long time, but look at this bag of shredded paper that I used to move across the country. Believe it or not, this is the last bag, at least that I know of. And we're going to be adding it in here as a little bit more bedding, as a little bit of a buffer. But I'm assuming it's because we didn't cover this food up a ton. I noticed this time that there was a little bit of a food decomposing smell, not around the bin, only when I opened it up. So I think just as a preventative measure, I'd feel a little bit better if we cover it up just a little bit, give ourselves a little bit of protection in the off chance that, you know, critters want to get in here. We'll make sure Fred is, oh no, not Fred. Fred's okay over here. We're covering this up. And just for funsies, I'm going to put these frozen bananas in. And I think I'm just going to spread them out more around the perimeter and just kind of see how that goes. And Sandra made a good point. She said she was using her, you know, monuments, if you will, as indicators of where they were fed, so you can keep track of it. And I think back in Florida, when I was feeding them more regularly, and I really was focusing on rotating and stuff, that would have been really good. But right now, I'm kind of into the scatter feeding. I like it. I think it helps, especially since this is a newer bin. I feel like it's helping spread them out a little bit. I don't know. It certainly feels that way. Not sure if that's actually how it works, but definitely feels that way. So there it is, our last bag of pre-shredded stuff. I'm sure I have more shredded paper, or we'll have to shred some stuff. We're gonna add just a little bit of water because that's a lot of dryness to add to the bin. And it's honestly pretty dry here as it is. Now, gotta add our oyster shell flour that we, you know, sometimes we remember, sometimes we don't. Unclear if I should measure it every time, but we're just gonna go do a little bit of this. And why are we doing this? Allegedly, it adds grit. I'm not sure. I haven't noticed ever if it's a deal breaker or not, but it probably can't hurt. So bananas went in frozen, and if you guys aren't familiar with the concept of freezing the food, I realize that it's an extra step, but it helps kill off any of the eggs and larvae and itty bitty tiny creatures that maybe we can't see that are on there, especially from the grocery store and whatnot. So we're going to cover this up. We're going to give him, I don't know, a couple weeks probably, just because we knew there was food they were working on and then we just added food. But I am excited to announce that very, very soon you're going to be getting some updates from me about worms in our old tower. I don't know if you remember our hot frog tower. That's how I got started before we got to this big urban worm bag size. I'm starting it again. It's in the works. I've got some elements in limbo right now, but very soon I hope to be showing you guys how we're going to get that started. I'm hoping to treat it kind of like a breeder bin this year, but kind of with a twist. I don't want to give anything away, but let me put it this way. When I tried to search on YouTube for somebody doing the thing that I think that's going to be fun to do, I couldn't really find anything. So I'll be updating you guys real soon. In the meantime, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're cozy and warm, or if you're in the South, I hope you're not sweating to death already. And thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Don't worry, the boys are okay. They'll be making an appearance soon. All right, friends. Bye.